Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Divya, alumna of Osmania University, Pharma mentor for GPAT, PGECET NIPER or any pharmacy entrance exams. Today I am here with a high-yield topic of Pharmacognosy, that is alkaloids. In alkaloids, we will see the classifications, introduction, properties, identification test, and here in my channel you should be noted always that these all sessions come with memory hacks and mnemonics to remember until your exam time. So, not wasting much of our time. So, in case of the chemical classification of alkaloids, as we have seen in the chemical classification of glycosides, here also I have given you a memory hack here, how to remember them. So, the first one is Isoquinoline alkaloids. So, here you need to remember a simple memory hack. So before going to memory hack, here first we'll see examples which are generally included under isoquinoline alkaloids are opium, the first example. And if you take here the main source, I have clearly given the, and coming to the next example under this isoquinoline alkaloids is curare, which is also known as South American arrow poison, and this was the most repeated questions of our entrance exams as well as your pharmacy semester exams MCQs too. So South American arrow poison, the best which is also known as curare alkaloid, and this is also the dried extract of stems and leaves of various plants belonging to the family of Lognaceae and Menisperaceae. So these are the main important point when you talk about curare is it is also known as, the other name is South American arrow poison. And here D-tubercularium, the well-known skeletal muscle relaxant here. The use is skeletal muscle relaxant. And coming to the next example here under the isoquinoline alkaloids is ipecac. And ipecac, the well known the source how it is available is ipecac is generally known is found as roots or rhizomes. Generally rhizomes, we generally talk about the roots and rhizomes of Syphilis. The source here is Syphilis ipecacula or Syphilis acuminata, and these all you can come across them even in your practical time also. These are useful. And the family is Rubiaceae here. The main important point to be noted here is the chemical constants or the active constants, the alkaloid constants, which are very important, are known to exhibit the pharmacological activity. In case of ipecac, the main active constant is emetic or cephalin, and here they act as emetic, means from the name itself it indicates it is known to exhibit the emetic pharmacological activity or pharmacological property here. Along with that, these also act as expectorants and anti-amoebic in nature. So this is about the third example under isoquinoline. Coming to the fourth one, that is beriberi. So these are all we have seen them under exceptional cases of our physical and chemical properties too. That is beriberi are known to exhibit the color. Roots and rhizomes, these are also the source is the roots and rhizomes of Beriberi aristatus and other of Beriberiaceae only. And here all these the active constants are beriberi. Beriberi is the active constant and the most important agent in inflammation of especially the mucous membranes. And coming to the hydrastis, which is the other example, as already mentioned, here it is also known as the other names or alias names, also known as Aka names. We call it as also known as, that is Aka names golden seal or yellow root, the other name for hydrastis. And this is also, if you have seen carefully, all these last three are roots and rhizomes. The sources are roots and rhizomes of, here it is hydrastis canadensis, and here this also belongs to the family of Beriberiaceae. And here active constant is beriberi as well as hydrastin, and this controls the uterine hemorrhage. This is the uses are also very important when we take our exams. So this is about the isoquinoline alkaloids, that is the opium, curare, which is also known as South American arrow poison, which is very important. Another, because this was most repeated questions. Another examples are ipecac, beriberi, and hydrastis. All these are, the last three are specifically roots and rhizomes. Their main source is roots and rhizomes. And here curare means you will get into your mind directly the B-tubocurarine hydrochloride, which is a skeletal muscle relaxant, because which was most commonly discussed in our pharmacology. And coming to the another second class, that is the propane alkaloids. Propane alkaloids acid on the source from which they are formed. So chemical nature, on the basis of the chemical nature of the source of amino acid. So propane alkaloids, these are obtained from tropane amino acid. And here the best examples, two major examples are belladonna and datura. Belladonna, this is also again the most repeated one, because the other name is very important, that is deadly nightshade leaf. This is the very important or most repeated questions when you take our PYQs of your GPAT or PGECET or any other manipal and bits also. Biological source, here it is, this is the leaves and flowering tops of Atropa belladonna belonging to the family Solanaceae, and their main active constituents here are atropine, propane. So atropine is, you can easily remember this alkaloid, because tropane means automatically you'll get into your mind atropine. Belladonna is the first major example, and which is very important because of its other name. And here the source is, they are leaves and flowering tops of Atropa belladonna. And coming to the uses, we have already seen this in our pharmacology, that is anticholinergic and antispasmodic. And here the second example is the datura herb, and these are also the same. The source is dried leaves and flowering tops of datura metal and belongs to the family of Solanaceae. And here the active constituents are, apart from atropine, propane alkaloids means they definitely contain the active constituent as atropine. Apart from atropine, it is the scopolamine and hyoscine, the pharmacological activity. These are also anticholinergic and mainly used in duodenal ulcers. This is the important point to be noted, the uses. Uses, of course, propane means anticholinergic in nature because of atropine in them as the active constituent. And another one is our quinoline alkaloids. The quinoline alkaloids examples are cinchona and camptotheca. And cinchona, here the cinchona is very important, because this was also very commonly repeated in our previous year questions. That is, the other name of cinchona is Peruvian bark. The other names are very important along with our exceptions as mentioned earlier. So here the biological source is cinchona bark. From the name itself it indicates that it is a bark, means the stem part. So it will be a dried root or stem bark of Cinchona calicea, and different other sources are Officinalis, Ledigernia, Susiruba, and these all belong to the family of Rubaceae. So this is the major point to be remembered, they belong to the family of Rubaceae. And here the active constituents are quinine, quinidine, cinchonine and cinchonidine. So these are the four major active constituents of our quinoline alkaloids. Quinoline means you can directly remember from the name itself, the active constituents will be quinine, quinidine, cinchonine and cinchonidine, because the source is here cinchona, the dried stem bark or root bark here. And the example here, quinine and quinidine are well known anti-malarial drugs. Along with that, they are also used as sometimes as bitter tonics. And another example of this quinoline alkaloid is our camptotheca. Camptotheca acuminata, this is the source, and they belong to the family of Nisaceae. And this was also our PYQ here. So the family Nisaceae, and this was also repeated in our GPAT and PGECET. And here the active constituent is camptothecin, and the main the I. Second one is our Tropane alkaloids as our travel, I travel, and Quinoline quick. Okay, I travel quickly or else quickly for easy remembering. Isoquinoline I, Tropane travel, Q quinoline alkaloids quickly. In the next classes, that is in, that in means indole alkaloids directly. So here under indole alkaloids, before going to the further memory hack or mnemonic, we'll see what are the examples under this indole alkaloids. Indole alkaloids examples are ergot alkaloid, the first major example, and here this is the exceptional because it is a not plant source, it is obtained from a fungi. Okay, and the source here is called as the fungal sclerotium of Claviceps purpurae in the ovary of a rye plant. That the plant name is cereal, and the family of fungus from which it is obtained here is the Clavicipitaceae, and the rye plant on which the fungi grow, that is Graminae. So here ergot of rye, hence the name ergot of rye. These fungi grow on a rye plant. The rye plant, hence the name ergot of rye. But we need to remember majorly the family of fungus, that is Clavicipitaceae. Okay, and here the two major active constituents are ergometrin and ergotamine. These are well-known active constituents, well-known example also, the most repeated example, and uses here is it is a oxytocic, that and it also prevents postpartum hemorrhages and used even in the treatment of migraine headaches. And coming to the next example is our crowfig. Crowfig is nothing but Nux vomica. These are seeds of Strychnus nux vomica belonging to the family Lognaceae, and here strychnine and brucine. These are our exceptional examples of stability because these are stable to heat, whereas other alkaloids, they generally decompose in presence of heat. And the use of this Nux vomica is that it is a CNS stimulant. Apart from it is also used as bitter stomachic or tonic. And coming to the another example is physostigma. Here Nux vomica and physostigma, don't get confused. Here we are very much concerned with the other names here. Nux vomica, other name is crowfig. Okay, and both they start with C only. The other names start with C. So that's why I'm mentioning you. No need to get confused. First comes the N and next comes the P. First comes the crow and next comes its beans. The crow feeds on those beans. Okay, crow Nux vomica, that is the crowfig seeds. They feed on physostigma, that is calabar beans. Seeds of physostigma venosum belonging to family Lognaceae. Physostigmine and physovinin are the active constituents, pharmacologically active constituents, and the main that is the use of this is they are used in glaucoma as ophthalmic. Okay, cholinergic ophthalmic, they are used in glaucoma. And coming to the another most important example under this indole alkaloids. Indole, we need to remember indole means Rauwolfia. The best examples here are that is Rauwolfia. They are major source is from roots and rhizomes of Rauwolfia serpentina belonging to the family Apocynaceae. And here the main active constituents or pharmacologically active compounds of this are reserpine and resinamide. And this is a tranquilizer. This is a well-known and most frequently asked questions of our exam. And coming to the next, another most important one is vinca alkaloid. Vinca alkaloid is also an indole alkaloid, and here this is more specifically important as in case of our previous example because this is also an anti-cancer, that is used in the treatment of especially the Hodgkin's disease and blood cancer, nothing but the leukemia. And here the active constituents are vincristine and vinblastine, the well known. And here the most important point to be noted here is the entire plant is known to be the main source of alkaloids. The entire plant is a source of alkaloid belonging to the family Apocynaceae same. And here the name of the plant is Catharanthus roseus. So this is about of our indole alkaloid. So here, as mentioned earlier, this is the isoquinoline alkaloids, travel tropane alkaloids, quickly that is quinoline alkaloids, in that is indole alkaloids, purine that is purple here, and pyridine pyjamas. Another one is Q. Another Q we come across the another Q. Before going to that, we'll see the purine examples here quickly. That is cocoa seed, tea, coffee. Okay, and here cocoa, the purine means, as already we have discussed this in our pseudo alkaloids. Okay, purine alkaloids are nothing but examples of our pseudo alkaloids, PP. And here tea and coffee, as mentioned earlier, they belong to the cocoa seeds. They are obtained from Steculaceae, seeds of Theobroma cocoa. And here the two major examples are theobromine and caffeine. And the main pharmacological activity of all these is they are diuretics. Okay, tea and coffee. And coming to the next example, here is a tea, which is also the thea, which is also called as thea, because the source will be the leaves and leaf buds of thea sinensis, hence the other name will be thea. And family is Theaceae. And here the main active constituents are caffeine, same the previous one, theobromine, theophylline and theoromine. So these will be common, caffeine, theobromine, theophylline, these are the common that active constituents. And pharmacological activity is diuretic, diuresis is the common pharmacological activity or use. Apart from that, this tea and coffee, they exhibit the stimulant effect. And here in case of coffee, we can also see the CNS depressant effect. That's why drinking of more coffee is not advisable. Coming to the coffee, the source is dried ripe seeds of Coffea arabica belonging to the family here Rubaceae. Rubaceae, we have already come across this Rubaceae in our previous examples. Comment this in the comment section. Caffeine and Quinoline is the main active constituents here, and stimulant as mentioned earlier. Along with that, bitter overdosage causes, that's why not preferable, CNS depressant. Coming to the pyridine. Pyridine examples are only two, that is areca and lobelia. Areca, which is also known as betel nut, and lobelia is nothing but our Indian tobacco. And here areca, betel nut means these are the source will be from the seeds. So dry ripe seeds of areca cashew and belonging to family of palmae. And here the main two active constituents are arecoline and arecadine, and these two are respiratory stimulants. Okay, pyridines are respiratory stimulants. This point you can remember. Okay, respiratory stimulants means pyridines. And coming to the another one is lobelia, as mentioned, that is the Indian tobacco. These are tobacco leaves. We already know that tobacco comes from the leaves. So dry leaves and tops of lobelia, nicotinifolia, belonging to the family of Campunager. That is the active constituents are lobeline and lobalinidine. And here these two acts as respiratory stimulants. And coming to the another one, that is quinazoline. So till now it is the purple pyjamas. Quickly in purple pyjamas. Quietly, now it comes the quietly here. Quinazoline example is Vasaka, the leaves of Adathoda Vasisa, Acanthaceae family, and Vasacin and Vasacinone. Antitussive and expectorant are the major pharmacological activities of this quinazoline. That was quinoline and this is quinazoline. And examples of quinoline are very easy. That is our, I think you can easily remember the quinoline examples. That is our Cinchona and Campathotica. Quinazoline is only one example, that is Vasaka. So in purple pajamas, quietly. And coming to amino alkaloids, the last three classes of our chemical classification. Amino alkaloids, the other also known as the proto-alkaloids. The best examples here are ephedra. Another important thing, major point is here that other names, that is mahung is very important, and colchicum, another other name, that is meadow saffron seed, that is also very very important. And if you see carefully, these amino alkaloid examples have completely three examples have three other names or acronyms, also known as aconite. Aconite is also known as wolf's bane root. So ephedra, mahung, which is also known as mahung, and colchicum, another second example, which is also known as meadow saffron seed, and aconite, which is also known as wolf's bane root. And coming to the biological source here, these are found in ephedra, found in the stems of ephedra gerardiniana, and others are cinchina and equistina. These are important, belonging to the family of Ephedraceae. And here the active constituents are, from the name itself you can get the active constituents most of the times, that is ephedrine and pseudoephedrine. These are amino alkaloids, and uses are sympathomimetics, asthmatic, treatment of hay fever. This is very important, and the most repeated one, mahung, hay fever, okay, for ephedra. And colchicum, this is the seed and corm of colchicum autumnale, belonging to the family Liliaceae, and colchicine and democolcine are the active constituents. And here the most important point, that is most repeated one PYQ, is that it is used in the treatment of gout and polyploidy. This is very very important in case of colchicum. And aconite, this is the others main example of amino alkaloids, and here the source is dried roots of Aconitum napulus, belonging to the family Ranunculaceae, aconitin and neoplatin. These are the two major active constituents of this aconite, and this is used in the treatment of here rheumatism along with scorpion sting. Okay, and coming to the next two, that is imidazole and steroidal alkaloids. Imidazole examples are two examples, jaborandi bilocarpus and veratrum, that is white and green hellebore. So these two are very very important as per our exam point of view. Imidazole I examples will be J, okay, jaborandi, and pilocarpus is the other name, veratrum, white and green hellebore. Coming to the, we'll see the biological source here, that is the dried leaves of Pilocarpus jaborandi, Rutaceae family. This is for jaborandi. And coming to the active constituents here, that is pilocarpine, Pilocarpus, pilocin. Okay, this can be easily remembered from the name. And uses here are, that is they are used as ophthalmic, as we use the atropine alkaloids, that is tropane alkaloids, cholinergic, and used in the treatment of glaucoma. Veratrum, white and green hellebore here, dried rhizomes of, these are again the rhizomes here, rhizomes of Veratrum album and Veratrum viridae, belonging to the family of Liliaceae. And here we see the active constituents will be protoveratrin A and B. This can be remembered from the name itself. And another active constituent is germidine, and this is used as hypotensive and cardiac depressant. Okay, this is used as, veratrum is used as hypotensive and cardiac depressant. Coming to the next one is the steroidal alkaloids. Last but not least, the best examples under this are ashwagandha and kuruchi. Ashwagandha Example, dried roots of Withania somanifera solanaceae family, withanine, somaniferin and withaniloid. These are the active constituents here, and this is used as anti-rheumatic and sedative. And Kuruchi bark, that is the bark of Halorina apocynaceae family, Holarina antidysentrica. So Kuruchi means Holarina antidysentrica isosag, and belonging to the that is the main use here is anti-amoebic here. So coming to the memory hack here, how to remember amino alkaloids will be across. So I travel quickly in purple pajamas quietly across, because we come across two Q's here, and quietly across India. Another I here will be imidazole, means Indian states. Okay, so this is the memory hack you can remember. I travel quickly across in purple pajamas across Indian states. So this will be our 10 classes of our chemical classification of alkaloids along with the memory hack here. And coming to the alkaloids precipitation, general precipitation test, how can we do? Generally here these are the 4 major tests which are clearly shown here. That is our identification, general identification test we call for alkaloids: Wegener's test, Dragon-Roof's test, Mayer's test and Hager's test. So this here also a quick memory hack is directly given here. Wise doctors make history. That is V for Wegener's, D for your Dragon-Roof's, M for Mayer's, and last H history Hager's test. And here Wegener means directly brown. They give the whenever alkaloid is present, the precipitate form will be reddish to brown, and Dragon-Roof's will be again orange to reddish brown. And in case of Mayer, it is cream or pale yellow white. And coming to the last one, Hager's means yellow crystals will be formed. And coming to the reagents, we'll see here. In case of Wegener's, we use, because we have already seen in the mentioned this point even in our properties, that they react with heavy metals, especially iodine. Here they react with, in Wegener's test, iodine plus potassium iodide is used as the reagent here, and this gives the reddish brown precipitate which indicates that alkaloid is present. And another one is potassium bismuth iodide. This is used for Dragon-Roof's test. This reagent, Dragon-Roof's reagent, will be BD, that is potassium bismuth iodide. Bismuth will be present, and here it will be, first will be red will become orange to reddish brown. And next one is Mayer's test, MM, that is mercuric iodide. You can remember with potassium mercuric iodide is the reagent used, and here it will become cream, or we can say more or less pale color, that is pale yellow white precipitate will be formed. Cream or pale yellow white. Make history. So hope we will also make history soon with this quick mnemonics. And coming to the next one is our alkaloid diagnostic test, which is most commonly asked. That is 3 major tests of, that is the specific test here: Vitali-Morin test, haloquinone test and muroxide test. And coming to the Vitali-Morin test, which is the common, that is the specific test of the alkaloid tropane alkaloids here, and which are used to identify specifically these tropane alkaloids, they are present or not. And here the reagent used is, simple reagent is nitric oxide, concentrated nitric acid we use, and along with that methanolic potassium hydroxide is used, methanolic potassium hydroxide, and the result is our purple color is formed. And coming to the haloquinone test, from the name itself indicates, haloquin means is used to specifically identify whether quinine alkaloids are present or not, especially for the target alkaloid here is cinchona alkaloids, and here the reagent used is bromine water or chlorine water along with ammonium hydroxide. So these reagents are a bit important when we take the entrance exams. So PGECET, etc. GPAT. So these tests are more specifically important along with their colors are very commonly asked previous year questions. And here the color formed is green color thiolaquinone, green quinine alkaloids. From the test name itself, it indicates clearly that these are used to identify whether quinine alkaloids are present or not. And coming to the last one, that is muroxide alkaloid. That is the purine alkaloid. Muroxide is generally used. The test is used. Muroxide test is used to identify the purine alkaloids, that is for our coffee and tea. And here the reagent used is hydrochloric acid. Along with that hydrochloric acid, we use ammonia gas and potassium chloride. And here this also forms the purple color. Okay, so these are the major key plants identification or specific identification test of alkaloids here. So this is about the quick mnemonics with memory hacks of these alkaloids, the complete alkaloids session. This is for a quick revision before the exam. So this is the end for today. Thank you. Like, share and subscribe to our channel for more mnemonics and memory hack topics.